Greetings from paintscratch.com. Right now we are going to show you how to repair a vehicle's damaged paint job using paintscratch.com spray cans. We are repairing the paint damage on this work truck today. Notice the large areas of unpainted surfaces from years of abuse. Now by the end of the process, we will have a freshly painted door panel. Good as new. Okay, here we go. First, tape off the surrounding area. Using automotive quality masking tape and protective paper, mask off the areas you wish to protect. Do not simply outline the damaged area with tape, as you will create a distinct paint line which will show up when you remove the tape. Professional shops will often paint to a boundary, such as a panel line, molding, or the edge of a door. The idea is to blend the paint from the damaged area into a larger undamaged zone without leaving any noticeable paint lines. Also, make sure you cover any door handles, windows, mirrors, or anything else you do not want to paint. Second, scuff the area within the tape's boundaries. Using 100 grit sandpaper, sand the area you wish to paint over. You can sand by hand, but if you have either a dual action or a random orbit power sander, use it. It can save a lot of time and energy. And when using the power sander, it is important that you use a mask. Work the damaged area, removing paint chips, rust, or any other imperfections, but also lightly scuff the undamaged areas too. You are trying to feather the damaged paint area as smooth as you can. Third, clean the area. Apply our paintscratch.com wax and grease remover with a clean rag and thoroughly wipe the scratch and surrounding area. If you don't clean the area, the touch-up paint won't adhere properly. After the area is clean, wipe it down with a tack rag just before painting. This will remove any dust or debris, allowing the paint to adhere properly. I should mention that the following steps require important safety precautions. Automotive paints contain hazardous materials. Protect yourself with a dual cartridge respirator, protective gloves, clothing, and proper eyewear, and make sure you are in a ventilated workspace. Also, it is extremely important to practice with each of the spray cans before spraying any paint onto your vehicle. Practice on a surface such as a metal can, a spare bit of wood, or the glossy sheet of paper provided with your order. Practicing will give you a good feel for the spray, an indication of drying time, and a look at the applied paint. Practicing also allows you to test your color match, ensuring you have the correct paint for your repair. Okay, back to the process. The fourth step is to apply primer. It is necessary to apply primer to all unpainted surfaces for the base coat to adhere properly. When you spray your vehicle, the first coat of primer should be misted on the surface. Try to make the surface tacky. Then, apply the primer in light, even layers. The goal is not to have any paint blobs or runs. Allow the surface to dry completely between layers. It helps to use a blow dryer to aid in the drying process. Make sure all unpainted surfaces are sufficiently coated and dry before moving on. Once dry, lightly wet sand the primer using 600 grit sandpaper. The sanded primer provides an optimal surface for the base coat to adhere to. Fifth, apply the base coat. When the primer is completely dry and sanded smooth, you can apply the base coat. Like the primer, the first layer of base coat should be misted on the surface, allowing it to become tacky. Then apply light, even layers. Use a smooth, even pressure when spraying and don't get too close. Allow the surface to dry completely before adding another layer. Again, use a blow dryer to help in the drying process. You can test how dry the paint is by touching the protective paper instead of the painted panel. If you have any paint blobs or runs at any point in the process, let them dry and then wet sand the uneven paint using 1000 grit sandpaper or the rubbing compound. After the imperfection is smoothed and dried, resume spraying the base coat until you have an even and fully coated repair. If you make a large mistake, you can use the Automotive lacquer thinner to wipe the paint away and start over. The goal of the base coat is to completely and evenly coat the damaged area, and to have blended fresh paint within the larger undamaged area without any noticeable paint lines. Check your work often and do not rush. Sixth, apply the clear coat. The clear coat is the top layer that protects your base coat from damage. Spray the clear coat in the same manner as the base coat and primer. If you spray too close, you will create runs in the paint. Again, use a hair dryer to dry between layers. Let the clear coat dry overnight before resuming. Once the clear coat is completely dry, remove the tape and protective paper. And lastly, polish with the rubbing compound. The rubbing compound is used to polish and shine the clear coat. Squirt a small amount of rubbing compound onto a clean, dry cotton cloth, such as a clean t-shirt. Rub the repaired area in circular motions until the surface is shiny. Do not use a dirty rag or any paper products. They will leave scratches and you won't get a smooth, glossy finish. You can also use a power polisher. The use of a power polisher will save time if you are working a large area. Spread the rubbing compound over the entire area and then work the power polisher smoothly over. Be careful. It can burn or remove your clear coat if you stay in one place too long. Keep adding rubbing compound as needed. And remember, when you're done, wait at least 30 days before waxing. Alright, we've completed showing you how to repair a scratch using paintscratch.com spray cans. Remember, don't rush your paint repair. The primer, base coat, and clear coat each need to dry completely, so make sure you have enough time to properly do the repair without rushing. It's best to work in a space out of direct sunlight, free of dust, and ideally with temps around 70 degrees Fahrenheit with humidity below 50%. Fixing paint scratches yourself can save time and money. Ordering products matched to your particular vehicle is simple at paintscratch.com, and we are happy to assist you with any customer service needs. Now go to paintscratch.com to get started now.